Up on this fifth day of Ragbri in New Hampton. Bicycles haven't rolled through there in 40 years.
People in the town rolled out the red carpet for riders streaming in from Charles City. Local 4's Carrie Keene has more on why the preparations in New Hampton will have a long-term effect on the small town.
A lot of small towns on the ride across Iowa see more people in their town during Ragbri than they do all year. First impressions are everything. So for towns like New Hampton, that means Ragbri is the time to roll out the big guns.
When Ragbri announced that we were going to be a pass-through town, that's when the creative geniuses took over.
The impressive bike arch welcomed riders to the town on day 5 of the trek. Ragbri hasn't stopped in New Hampton since 1977, and they wanted to make sure they stood out.
We're trying to find something that would kind of set New Hampton apart. We haven't had Ragbri through town since 1977, and we wanted something that would maybe showcase New Hampton, or something that people would remember us by.
What do you think of this arch behind you? I think it's awesome with all the bikes and everything.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's fun to see bicycle art in public.
Best thing we've seen so far in the ride.
That's great. That's really innovative.
I think it's something to inspire people to get on their bikes.
I think they've all pulled together and welcome the Ragbriers through town, so this kind of tops it off.
Yes, very impressive. Definitely something people stop to see. But even more impressive is that the use of this arch isn't done after Ragbri moves on. New Hampton is fundraising to build a new bike path, and then they want to put this arch in its permanent home. A great first impression for Ragbri and a lasting impression in rural Iowa.
We're great believers in making biking more accessible and to people, because some of my friends don't ride because they're scared. And having a bike path makes it just easier.
We want to showcase our town, and eventually when our tribe trail is what we're calling our new bike trail in town, once that's up and going, we want it to be a tourist attraction.
Carrie Keene reporting now. The bike arch took weeks of planning as well as days of welding and zip tying to put it all together.
It was impressive. All the bikes were donated by people in town. People living in New Hampton also sold sandwiches to riders. It was a fundraising effort for the area's new bike path. And Local 4 News has been riding Ragbri all week, and our coverage continues through the end of the ride on Saturday.
Well, there's plenty to look forward to. Until then, Local 4's Carrie Keene will show us what spooky stories riders are getting in Cresco tonight. She'll be back again tomorrow with more from the ride on Local 4 News this morning, as well as Local 4 News at 5 and 6. And a reminder, you can find all of our Ragbri coverage on our quadcities.com.
Chief Meteorologist Andy McCrae joins us now. He was just telling us Ragbri riders aren't the only one who has made a stop in New Hampshire.